Here we go, it's last week at the auction, America's favorite top 10 list of auction results from around the globe. And I'm your host, Josh Levine, back with the latest and greatest from the resale world. It is a fascinating subculture, one I truly love, and I bet you will too, if you don't already. So, if you want to know what stuff is really worth, what to look for, and perhaps hear about some truly strange things that people collect, I gotcha. For many of you, this is like a whole new world. But I tell you, there are auctions going on every day and everywhere. Second-hand buying and resale is hot. But be warned, the next time you're wandering past a thrift store and see something similar to something featured on the show, you might find yourself hooked. Your dormant flipper gene could be activated. But on the bright side, watching this show might make you a few bucks as well. Well, you just tell me when it's all over. It's last week at the auction.
My head it spins when you strut your stuff. That's how it begins when you strut your stuff. As you turn my way, when you strut your stuff. Man, it makes my day when you strut your stuff. Just walking down the street, you strut your stuff. Man, it's giving me a whiplash.
Coming in at number 10 is a Robert Capa photographic print of Pablo Picasso that sold for $1,400 at Heritage. Number 11 of 100, it featured Picasso and Françoise Gillot, the French painter best known for her long and stormy relationship with Picasso. I just really like the Steve Carell as James Bond looking guy photobombing. Listed photographers these days and their prints can be quite valuable, so take a second look whenever you come across beauties like this. But let's move on. A classic. Number 9 is a Royal Copenhagen Service for 8 that just brought $2,500 at Abel. This was the blue onion pattern, and according to the mark, from the early 1970s, so not super old. I think this set illustrates how desirable patterns still do well in a soft market and how the time of year can really influence prices. China sets tend to sell for better prices right before the holidays, when they are top of mind. Yeah, that's right, Thanksgiving's coming. But enough about that. It's making me hungry. So number 8 is a late classic Navajo weaving. No, I'm not going to eat that. Then hammered for $3,000 at Hindeman. For the fourth quarter of the 19th century and measuring 64 inches by 88 inches, this was part of a great collection. I have seen Native American collectibles trending hot as all auctions that I've been following late. The prices are crazy. It might be time to downsize your collection if you're holding, I'm just saying. So what's number 7? A Roycroft copper vase that just brought $3,750 also at Abel's. Every time I see copper, I pick it up and look for the marks. Arts and crafts era copper has been commanding big bucks for several years and showing no signs of the decline. Find some Roycroft at your local thrift store and you will be a happy camper or a copper seller. So what's next? Number 6 is a St. Louis crystal goblet, or St. Louis crystal, if you just feel like saying it like that, like I do. It sold for $4,250 at Leland Little. 12 in all, the Apollo pattern, they were signed and 7 inches tall. Knowing your crystal patterns and tracking their resale values can make you a few bucks, that's for sure. And always remember to bring your black light. It really makes reading the acid-etched marks easier at a thrift store. I got a link to a really good one down below. Never use it in a hotel room, ever. But I digress. Check this out. Number 5 is a Paul McCobb rolling serving cart that brought $5,000 at Wright. Yes, take another look at that one. Circa 1952, this in mid-mod, but I'm pretty sure most of us would have walked right by that one at the garage sale. Next time you see something similar, you might want to take a look for this tag. Another reason why I'm not sure about selling, if I'm not sure about selling something, I always look it up. Look it up. Number 4 is the 1891 $10 silver certificate that brought $7,500 at One Great Deal. The Tombstone 10 is a fine example of 19th century paper currency and a trend I've been following. It's hot and it really makes sense. I'm just glad to see all the interest. This genre was really underappreciated for years, and it appears that paper has finally caught up to the coinage and collectability. Keep that in mind, and let's check out number 3. This is a Yadro porcelain deer group that just brought $10,000 at Abel's. I've sold a lot of Yadro in my day, but I've never seen this one before. There's a lot out there though, because according to records, they made 750 of these giant things. At over 43 inches, I don't think you'll miss one the next time you see it. Okay, so what's next? Number 2 is a rare Chinaman magic lantern that brought $38,000 at Bertoya. French and circa 1870, approximately 16 and a half inches tall. These are highly desirable to many serious collectors. I think it's the early photography and film buffs that drive this market, but I can see the toy and steampunk fans drooling over this guy too. But what's in the top slot this week? Another one I would have walked right by. Number 1 is a Philip and Kelvin Laverne 4-door Chan cabinet that hammered for $90,000 at Freeman. Signed in circa 1970 and apparently rare, check out the signature and the painted panels. I swear, I've seen this piece before and I would have just thought to myself, wow, that's ugly. But I guess that was a big miss, and I've sold other pieces by the Laverne, so I should know better. But amazing. You know, these things are out there, probably just sitting in a thrift store for $100. Personally, I've never been fond of messing with furniture. I hate the logistics and, a fancy way of saying too lazy, but for that kind of profit, I think I'd make an exception. And hey, that leads me right to something I wanted to share with you guys. Can you keep a secret? Shipping Saint. Many of you watching this are in the auction and estate business, and Shipping Saint is the best kept secret software in the industry. Where were you guys when I was in business? Having shipped tens of thousands of antiques and collectibles over the years, I eventually outsourced it all. Shipping was, frustrating. I just wanted to sell. Believe me, I understand your pain. So does Shipping Saint, and that's why they created their amazing platform. They knew shipping could be a profit center and should be a profit center for your business. Instead of an expense and a time suck and a hassle, so you just end up outsourcing the profit for somebody else. Sorry, UPS store. Shipping Saint makes it better for you, your business, and for your customers' experience and so much more. Check out the link below, tell them Josh sent you, and then shower me with praise. I accept thumbs ups, comments, subscribers, shares, and most major gift cards. Dutch Brothers, nah, I already got a bunch of those. Well, we made it. That was last week at the auction. Next week, I'm going to have more for last week or this week, I think that's right. Until we stream again, my friends.